This video is sponsored by Paperlike. So I'm a very happy camper today. I look like crap because it's super early and I'm gonna need a lot of these today, but I'm still happy. Why? Because I'm gonna pick up my brand new M1 16GB 1TB storage iPad Pro today. Originally, I wasn't gonna get it until mid-June at the very earliest. It was a whole thing. I did a huge rant on Twitter about this, but then this email happened. I'll tell you about it in the car. Let's go get this thing.
Okay, so for YouTubers, it's pretty important to have the product as early as possible because, a couple of weeks in, it's old news. A few weeks in YouTube time, it's like a decade. So on release date, obviously I was positioned in front of my computer. I had everything in place. It was already in my shopping basket and I was just hitting refresh like crazy, ready to pay. And I did 9 times. It kept throwing me back to the start screen. So I had to give up at some point and I had to go to a third-party reseller. And that reseller promised same delivery dates as Apple. So I went with it, I had very little choice. And then I got an update email from them a couple days later saying that they didn't know when they were gonna ship. So I was getting very nervous. Later on, I got a confirmation email from them saying that they weren't gonna ship until mid-June at the very earliest. So I was really pissed. Then my good friend Alex from Alex Gear and Tech called me up and he said, look, here in the UK, we have some Apple stores that still have it in stock and you can just go in and pick it up. Shall I get you one? And I said, really? You want to do that for me? Definitely, go ahead. And he could have sent it to me like a day or two later maybe. So he was ready to go. They did have one in stock, but the payments wouldn't work because PayPal didn't allow me to transfer the whole amount and I couldn't figure out how to get the limit increased in time. So that was a no-go too. So at this stage, I was just ready to cry myself to sleep. And then the email happened. I got an email from a third-party seller, which is called Coolblue. They're not sponsoring, but I do want to give them a shout out because they're always coming through. What happened was, I clicked one of those things where you get notified when they have it in stock. I had no expectations. I just did that, because why not? And wouldn't you know it, this morning I got an email that they have it in stock. I clicked it, I bought it, and I can go pick it up right now. I mean, that's what I call a lucky break. So I'm off to the store now, get this thing, I'll unbox it, and we'll have some fun with it. See you in a bit. Mission accomplished. You wouldn't say it when you look at it, but she's in there, trust me. Let's see how fast we can drive home. Just kidding. Stay safe, kids.
Let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants.
Okay, let's unbox this thing right now and I will give you my first impressions. I also want to try a few things like see if it fits my current Magic Keyboard. I will of course be doing a full review for you guys after I've spent some quality time with this thing. I'll do some best apps videos, and of course I have some great accessories videos lined up, including some of the best iPad stands. So if you're interested in that, do hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell while you're down there so you know when those videos are up. All right, enough talk. Let's do the dirty. Let's undress this thing. The moment of truth. I do really enjoy this part of the process. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Oh. That beautiful sound of a crispy new iPad. Okay, at first sight, it looks very similar to the design of the 2020 model, but of course we knew that. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining it, but it does look a little bit thicker than the previous model. Let's just grab last year's model and compare them. Now, I do have a D brand skin on it, so we have to consider that. So when they're stacked on top of each other like this, you can definitely tell that the new model is slightly thicker. It's not a lot, but you can tell. Now, let me just quickly go and set this thing up so we can compare the infamous mini LED screen to last year's iPad Pro. Now, I just realized that that means I have to take off my Paperlike screen protector. And it makes me a little sentimental because my first ever video was on how to apply a Paperlike screen protector to your iPad Pro, if you can't believe it. It's still on my channel. You can go watch it if you like cringing really, really hard. For those of you who don't know Paperlike, where have you been? Paperlike is a screen protector, but it's much more than that. If you're like me and you like to use your iPad Pro to take handwritten notes, Paperlike is a must-have. I don't like how slippery the Apple Pencil feels directly on the iPad's glass surface. Paperlike mimics the feeling of writing on actual paper. You get more control of your pencil when writing, sketching, or drawing due to the Paperlike resistance and roughness. It makes your handwriting look much prettier. It also drastically reduces glare and fingerprints, but because of the nano dots technology, it doesn't make your screen look grainy or dull. If you use an Apple Pencil, I can highly recommend getting a Paperlike. Every order includes a set of 2 Paperlike covers and the application accessories. They offer worldwide shipping, so if you want to try one for yourself, there's a link below the video. Alright, so let's peel this thing off. Goodbye, old friend. It's been real, and I promise you, you shall be replaced. Okay, so let's compare these screens. I'm just gonna turn them both on to full brightness so you can see the difference. All right, so let's just both slide them up to full brightness. And this one is clearly brighter. I mean, this might not be super fair because this is a dark background. Let's just open YouTube. I don't know if it shows on the camera, but this is very, very, very crisp and definitely much brighter. I mean, obviously we knew that it was going to be better purely from the spec sheet, but I'm really impressed. So now for the $1 million question, will it fit the old Magic Keyboard? I went on a bit of a rant when Apple announced the new Magic Keyboard, which was not the new Magic Keyboard we were all hoping for. For those of you who've seen my Apple Leaks videos, you know that there's some really interesting patents out by Apple for the Magic Keyboard, which could actually improve it a lot, like a higher hinge and a place to store your Apple Pencil. Anyway, the new Magic Keyboard is the exact same thing, except ever so slightly larger to accommodate the ever so slightly thicker 12.9-inch iPad Pro. And that keyboard ain't cheap, so nobody's looking forward to making that investment again less than a year later. Well, it seems to fit and it works just fine. It even seems to close just fine. I guess it does feel a little more snug, but to be honest, I wouldn't buy a new Magic Keyboard just for that reason. Anyway, this is a relief, and I know a lot of you guys will be happy about this as well. I'll be spending some serious time with this thing now, to see what it can do. I'll test it on some super fast SSD drives, do some editing on it, and check out what all we can hook up to this thing using that fresh new Thunderbolt port. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it one of these. It does really help the channel, and feel free to subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.